And hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me again as we play through some solo RPGs. My name's Derek, and tonight we have a interesting-looking game. So the game is Escape from Demon Castle Dracula. It's I gotta say, it's by Rob Hebert. Sorry, Rob, if you're listening, if I mispronounced that. Um, I gotta say, I love the artwork. A lot of people have commented since I put it up that I was going to be playing this about the artwork. I think Rob did that himself. Let's see. Quick check through here. Yep, Rob did the art himself. So, bravo, Rob. Love it. So, um, I've read through a little bit of this game. I read through the introduction so that I knew what I needed to do to get started. Um, a lot of it has to do with responding to cards being drawn from a deck. I have not read that part, so I don't know what we're actually going to see. Uh, Once again, content warning. So let me read this off here. Among other things, this game contains references to and descriptions of violence, gore, body horror, imprisonment, torture, enclosed spaces, loss of sanity, and loss of agency. Solo game saying that, I need to use my best judgment when playing it. I will try not to go beyond those sorts of things that might deserve a content warning, but we don't know. If something happens, please feel free to drop if I touch on a subject that you aren't comfortable with. Alright, so what are we doing in this game? You awake in terror. Your entire body is a bundle of sweat and nerves. How did you get here? You don't remember. You can't remember anything. Not even your own name. But you know you must get out. You must escape from Demon Castle Dracula. Alright. So we're trying to escape from the castle before Dracula eats us. Such a great look. Alright. So let's go ahead and take a look at where we're going to be playing this. So I'm using Tabletop Simulator because that way you guys get to see, you folks get to see what I'm seeing. This is something where we're going to be building a dungeon together by drawing cards. So, we need the 52 card deck, which I have right here. 2 jokers, a red one, which will represent with just this regular joker, and a black one, which I took the cover art and put on it, so we know that's the black one. The reason I chose that one to get the cover art is because I know that represents actually running into Dracula. And we'll shuffle that up a bunch. We have a die, which we'll need to roll from time to time. We have a token here to mark where we are on the map. And the game calls for 5 candles. I've used these 5 pawns right here. And I'll be removing those as instead of stuffing out a candle to represent when we lose a life. So the 5 candles represent your health points. When they're all gone, you're dead. We also need an inventory. So I have pen and paper for that. So we need to keep track of the inventory, so things that we have. And also memories. don't know what the memories are going to be about, I think that is an interesting aspect of this game. So we begin in the dungeon. You have just awoken, head aching and heart pounding, but your will to live drives you to escape, no matter how hopeless it may seem. When your eyes adjust to the darkness, you find yourself in a cramped cell. Nothing but brick walls and a fetid pool of water. You test the door to your cell and discover that the mortar has rotted away, where the iron meets the wall. With some doing, you may be able to work the bars loose and squeeze your way out. Roll the die. And what did we get? We got a 1. On a 1 or a 2, you move the bars enough to wriggle through, but the extreme effort tires your already weakened body. Extinguish 1 candle and explore your first location. That's not good. We're down 1 already. And quick shuffle. Make sure I do that. First location is the Ace of Clubs. Clubs are monsters and other minions that serve Dracula and attack you on sight. When you explore a club's location, check its entry and roll the die. Alright, so you enter a long hallway patrolled by crimson skeletons clad in rusty armor and wielding dull weapons. I imagine this to be sort of a dark, dank hallway. Real stench in the air. Yeah, we've got the author in chat. He's saying it's off to a tough start. I agree. But I'm imagining this hallway feels sort of oppressive with the smell in the air. And we roll the die. And what did we get? We got a 6. Oh god, I hope that's good. You slay the creatures within and find a useful item in the location. Describe the fight and then add the item to your inventory. I imagine that they are slow moving and that they came at me swinging with the dull weapons, and I dodged out of the way and managed to smash them up against the wall. And then I'm going to take that dull weapon. And it is on my inventory. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is we need to figure out what rooms come off of this room. And we do that by rolling the die. And I think this is a neat mechanic. So we rolled a 2. That means that there's 1 entryway, and it's right here above. So if you're familiar with other solo mapping games using cards, I'm thinking of things in the Carta system, using the Carta SRD. The map's already built right from the start, and you can see the whole thing there, and so you know how much of it you've explored. I love the fact that in this, you build it as you go. You have no idea. It could be that I'm going to circle back around, hit a dead end, and I'm going to be done. Or it could be that it's going to cover this entire table, and we're going to go all the way through it. I don't know. It's part of the fun of playing it. Alright, so flip the card. 2 of spades. Spades are traps that test your skill and dexterity. When you explore a spade's location, check its entry and roll the die. The stairs to the landing above are made of pillars of bone, the skulls embedded within, spewing forth eldritch flames that dance through the air. That does not sound good. And we rolled a 4. On a 3 or 4, you trigger the trap, injuring yourself, but the way is now open. Describe how this happens, then extinguish a candle. This location is clear. You may now check for doors. I'm going to use one of the other mechanics of this game. It's a little early for me to feel like losing another health point. So I am going to use something from my inventory. So I have that dull weapon. So I put a check mark in front of it to mark that I'm using it once, because you only get to use each item twice. And that lets me re-roll the die. So I'm going to use this dull weapon to fend off and knock some of the eldritch items out of the way, and it doesn't matter. I got the same thing. All right. So I take a point of damage. As these eldritch flames dance through the air and hit me and burn. I'm picturing green flames sort of writhing, covering my body for a moment before I manage to put them out and move beyond. All right, so let's see. Where do we go from here? A 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a 4 means we have one entryway over here, one exit over here, and one exit over here. And I have forgotten an aspect of the game, which didn't matter till now. Where are we? All right, which way do we want to go? Well, I have a friend whose mantra is left is best, so we'll go to the left. 10 of diamonds. Man, I'm having trouble moving this. We may decide the tabletop simulator was not a good idea, but we're going to fight through it for tonight and see what we think, and if we should find something else for next time we run a game using decks of cards like this. Alright, diamonds are puzzles and horrors that challenge your wits and sap your sanity. When you explore a diamond's location, check its entry and roll the die. So what did we get? We got a 10. You enter Dracula's curse-locked treasure vault. Ooh. Ooh. I'm imagining something just dripping with Gothic architecture, vaulted, decorated in bones all over the place. Oh, so good. And we roll the die to see what happens. Two. On a 2, you lose your nerve or can't figure out a way through. Either roll again or backtrack. What do I want to do? I'm going to roll again. I don't want to backtrack just yet. 5. You figure out a solution or steal your nerves. Describe how. Location is now clear. Check for doors. Well, this place just looks awful. It's terrifying. But I know I need to move on. I can't give up. If I give up, I'm dead. I have to, steel myself, gather the force, feel myself, tell myself I have to do this and push on. And I do, and I make it through. So let's see what sort of doors we find. One. say it again. I love this mechanic where we build the map as we go. It reminds me so much of um, lots of board games use this sort of mechanic. I'm thinking of House on Haunted Hill being one in particular. No, Betrayal at the House on Haunted Hill. Yeah, something like that. All right, Eight of Hearts. Hearts are locations where experiences and images reawaken your lost memories. You do not roll the die in these locations. You simply add a memory to your character sheet and then check for doors. So, 8. In your journey through the castle, you come upon a statue of the Dark Lord himself. Its immaculate craftsmanship a testament to the skill of its builder. You are reminded that you were celebrated for your own skill once. Write a memory about the time you learned your most praiseworthy trade. Alright, what skill should we go with? I'm going to say that my skill was swordsmanship. So I learned swordsmanship. Under a tutor who I quickly surpassed. And being the sort of person I am, I imagine that I actually would have said something along the lines of, and now the pupil has become the teacher, just like Vader. All right, so let's see what other rooms we get from here. 1. All right, 8 of clubs. Inside the dilapidated aqueducts, you come face to face with human-like gill creatures with armored scales and razor-sharp fins. Oh, ooh. So I'm picturing here that this is a like the LA River. It's designed to carry a lot excuse me, a lot of water, but there is only a little bit here. And these like deep ones from the Cthulhu mythos are here blocking my path. This is not good. Let's see what happens when I fight them. 2. You are injured. Describe how and then extinguish a candle, then roll again. I would imagine that I went to dodge out of the way and I missed. And they ended up slashing me with their, what was it, razor sharp fins across my arm. It stings. It hurts so much. And now I need to roll again because I haven't defeated it yet. 2. That's not good. That's the same thing, another injury. I'm going to use my dull weapon this time. They come at me with the razor sharp fins again. And this time I use the sword and block it, but it snaps in the process. But I do get to roll again. 4. I think that's a good one. You fight the monsters to a standstill, neither giving nor gaining ground. Describe how and then roll again. I managed to dodge out of the way as they come at me with those fins and give a punch hitting them in the face with the palm of my hand. And once again, they come at me, and I dodge out of the way another way, and this time I trip him. Five. Come on, let's get out of here. You slay the creatures within. Describe how. This location is clear. You may now look for doors. Well, I just tripped him. He's on the ground. And I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to just grab his head and start pounding it until he stops moving. And I know how awful this is, and I feel awful doing it. But it's me or them. And I want it to be me. I want to survive. All right, let's roll for some doorways. 5. All right, so for 5, we get 3. We get one doorway going here. One doorway going up here. And one doorway here. And I sort of want to circle back. I feel like that's the right answer. So I'm going to head up this way. And that does not look good. King of Clubs. If I remember correctly, the King of Clubs are sort of the boss monsters. Pages 11 and 12. King of Clubs. Dracula Serpent. This may be us right here. This does not feel good. You enter a vaulted treasure room piled high with cursed golden jewels. From the hoard emerges the Dracula Serpent, an enormous skeletal snake that swims through gold. I'm picturing Voldemort's pet snake. Just a giant snake, but only skeletal. And sort of, there'd be this noise, almost musical, as its bones sort of clicked along on things. Attacks. I think I need to read the rules here. Let's see. Bosses are Dracula's most powerful minions and monsters. They are difficult to kill, but drop relics after dying. Relics are extremely useful items that grant you long-term bonuses or let you break the rules of the game in some way. Just like normal items, relics can be marked to re-roll your die, but you lose their bonus if they are destroyed or lost. Okay. When you face a boss, check its entry and roll the die. Attacks: bone-crunching bite, rib slash, drowning gold, ear-splitting roar. If defeated, drops the Oracle's Eye, and I'm not going to read about that yet, because we haven't defeated this thing yet, so we don't know if we're going to even get to see what that is. Four. You trade blows with the boss, but neither gain nor give ground. Describe how. Roll again. He comes in with for a rib slash, and I managed to jump back just out of the way, preventing him from actually biting onto me. All right, let's roll that die again. 4. This time I go in, and I don't have anything on me. I just got a punch, and so I punch at him, and the bones are stronger than you would have expected, and they just don't seem to give it all from my hit. Not doing good. One. The boss uses one of its attacks on you. Extinguish a candle. So he is going to let out an ear-splitting roar. If you'll excuse my attempts at sound effects. And damages me that way. Alright, down to 1 health. Oh, 6. Oh, this should be good. Ooh. You inflict 2 wounds on the boss. Describe how. Well, now I'm confused. How many wounds does it take? Give me a second. Let's look through this. Oh, they take 3 wounds to kill. Yeah. Alright, well, I've done 2 points of damage. Only takes 3. We're most of the way there. I just got to hit him 1 more time. Alright. I am very happy with that 6. 4. You trade blows with the boss, but neither gain nor give ground. Describe how. He goes to bite me, and I manage to grab a hold of his jaw and hold it open and sort of push back and push him off, and it snaps shut in front of me. Three. That's going the wrong direction. You inflict a wound on the boss, but get injured in the process. Describe how. Then extinguish a candle and roll again. I don't have anything to use. That's it. I go in and he's coming at me, maw open, and I just sort of jump and I hit the inside upper part of his jaw, and it cracks, but the teeth still get me. And I'm dead. Alright, what did we miss? What didn't show up yet? King of Diamonds, that would have been good. Jack of Spades, that would have been another boss. And a 5 of Hearts. Hearts were memories, so we would have got another memory. I have a feeling that this game is one of the ones that's designed for you to mostly lose, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. This seems like one of those games where you want that, it gives it that horror feeling, which I got. That feeling of I'm going to lose, but I need to keep trying. And you know what? It's only 7:30. Let's play again. And I just had someone in chat. Let's see, it's Dan Phipps. Said Dracula's a bad dude. Yes, he is. And we didn't even get to him. Come on. Why aren't you joining them? All right. Let's see. We need some pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So, uh, it's Dan Phipps missed the first play. I'm glad I'm taking another swing at this too. This was fun, and it's definitely a horror game. So there's tons of scary stuff in here. Oh, let's see. Hold on. The author just posted something that you can spend a memory to increase a roll by 1 if it applies. Huh. That's an interesting rule. I'm gonna. You know what? We played it once without that rule. Let's play it once with that rule. I like that. Adding 1 to a die gives you a better result. There were a couple of times where I would have liked to have made it just a little bit better. All right. So, first thing we do is we break out of the cell. Where did we have that in the rules? You've just awakened, head aching and heart pounding, but your will to live drives you to escape, no matter how hopeless it may seem. When your eyes adjust to the darkness, you find yourself in a cramped cell, nothing but brick walls and fetid pools of water. You test the door to your cell and discover that the mortar has rotted away, where the iron meets the wall. With some doing, you may be able to work the bars loose and squeeze your way out. So we roll a die. And what I figured out in the first run through is that the higher the number, the better the results. So we got a 3. It takes time, but you finally work the iron loose enough to escape your cell. Explore your first location. That's not the key I want. All right, 6 of clubs, starting off with an enemy again. You find a bridge guarded by a pair of winged demons with aquiline beaks. You're going to have to excuse me. I don't know what that means. And I don't like things like that. Prominent bridge and curved slightly. Okay. All right, I got that. Pair of winged demons with aquiline beaks and razor-sharp claws, each wielding a weapon from a faraway land. All right. Let's roll to see what's going on. That's a 6. Oh yeah, I'm happy. You slay the creatures within and find a useful item in the location. Describe the fight and then add the item to your inventory. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say I have to grab them by the wings and pull the wings off in order, and then throw them off of the bridge. And I get the exotic weapon, a weapon from a faraway land. What are we going to go with? Let's go with a Kopesh, which is a type of Middle Eastern curved sword. So next, we roll to find out what doors we find. 5. So on a 5 or 6, we get a door in front of us and a door to either side. All right. What do you think, chat? Where should we go? right, not getting anything from deeper. All right, deeper. We'll go forward. Five of Hearts. Good choice. You come upon a pile of exsanguinated bodies. Ooh, such a great word. And their pale, lifeless flesh reminds you of the terror of your own embrace by the Dark Lord. Write a memory outlining where you were when Dracula claimed you. Mm. I want to say that I was traveling between towns. And I wasn't able to make it in one day, so had made camp, and he struck while I slept. And once again, I'm forgetting my little token. But now, we can check and see about doors. What do we get? A 1. No. Queen of Hearts. Alright, so these are denizens. Denizens are the residents and wanderers one can find within the walls of Demon Castle Dracula. They are potential allies, and if treated with sympathy or fairness, will grant you special bonuses. You don't need to roll, simply describe your interaction and do what the entry tells you to, then check for doors. The Mother. Oh, ooh, this has darkness written all over it. You find an unassuming stone chapel filled with glowing candles. I imagine it's dark and that the candles only give off a little light, and so the center of the room is still bathed in darkness and you can't really see anything. Something about this place tells you it is safe. No, it doesn't. An old woman in a nun's habit appears and tells you that she has been trapped here by Dracula, but that his evil cannot breach the walls of the chapel. She offers to let you rest as she prays. If you accept her offer, you may relight a candle. I am going to accept her offer, but I don't have a candle to relight. I am at my max hit points of 5. But sometimes it's good to just take a rest. Take a breather. We're good. All right, let's see where we go next. 3. So that means we have a spot here. And here. And last game we went to the left, so this game I think we're going to go to the right. Eight of clubs. Yes, it's Dan Phipps. We can backtrack. We didn't really get a chance to do that last game. We died before that happened. But yeah, absolutely that is a possibility, and it might be. The escape might already be on the board and we don't know it. What I'm kind of hoping is that it will wrap around and connect back to some of the places I've missed already. All right. Inside the dilapidated aqueducts, you come face to face with human-like gill creatures with armed scales and razor-sharp fins. Oh, we fought these last time, and they weren't very nice. Some deep ones living in a mostly dry aqueduct. And that's a 3. You slay the monsters within, but at great cost to yourself. Describe how, then extinguish a candle. This location is clear. You may now look for doors. And the creatures I would have grabbed a hold of them and pushed them and shoved them up against the wall, knocking them unconscious. Hey, Sound Elf. Glad you could make it. Alright, so now we get to roll to see about more rooms. And we got a 6. So what that means is we get a room up here like this, a room down here like this, and a room over here like this. You know what? We're going to go down here. Ooh, that looks like another good card. And the reason we're going to do this is because it leads us to the overlapping rule. And so it will probably, that should come up when we go to move beyond here. All right, King of Hearts. So this is going to be another denizen. The Boatman. A river flows through a tunnel walled with stone. A robed boatman, his face obscured by shadow, arrives piloting a long wooden gondola. He offers you passage in exchange for a memory. If you accept his offer, cross out a memory and choose one. Search through the deck for the next joker. You must play it next. Put your token on any explored location. So, for those who might have missed it at the beginning, the jokers are sort of the end of the game. One of the jokers is the exit. The other one is Dracula. And so I kind of want to take that one. Yeah. And I do have a memory to spare. Oh, and I forgot to extinguish a candle. There we go. Candle extinguished. Yeah, let's go for it. I will forget about traveling between towns and how Dracula attacked me. And I see one of the jokers. And there's the other one, so this is first. It's not good. All right, so we roll to find out where we go. And it's a 3, which means we should put a card here to the left of it, but it can't. It doesn't line up with what's already there, so we can't do that. But we also have to put one to the right of it. And that we can do. And for those who missed the beginning, Tabletop Simulator only gives you one joker, and I needed a red one and a black one, so I put the cover of the game on this one to represent the black one, which is Dracula. So we're going to fight a motherfucking Dracula. If you draw a black joker, Dracula himself appears. If you have an item in your inventory that could harm Dracula, roll the die. Otherwise, your escape attempt ends here. I do. Yeah, I've got an item. I'm gonna say that that's enough to. That's gonna be enough. My Kopesh is going to possibly harm Dracula. So I roll the die. We got a 3. Dracula uses one of his attacks on you. Roll below. Describe how, then extinguish a candle. 3. Command the unclean. I don't even know what that means. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to skip that because I don't know what it means and just take my damage. But we got to keep going. Six. Oh, that should be good. You inflict 2 wounds on Dracula. Describe how. He comes at me, and I block with my sword, and I manage to slice him with it. And then as he's wounded in pain, I swing back and hit him a second time. Oh yeah. Come on, we're gonna kill Dracula. 3. Dracula uses one of his attacks. No 3 this time. I want something that I can actually describe. 5. Hypnosis. Ooh. Dracula uses his hypnotic eyes, and I sort of go into a trance. And I can't focus. And he comes in and he smacks me. I know, it's a lot of 3s. It really is. And he does a point of damage to me. One. Oh, that's not good. Dracula feeds on you. Heal all wounds on Dracula. So Dracula had 2 wounds, and now they're gone. He's back up to full. This is not good. Yeah, had an item. I should have thought of that. Too late now. Dracula uses one of his attacks on you. 4. Shapeshift. So he turns into a wolf and lunges at me. Smashes into me, knocks me to the ground, and inflicts a point of damage on me. 4. You inflict a wound on Dracula, but get injured in the process. Describe how, then extinguish a candle. You know what? If I let this roll go, then it's game over. So I'm going to use my Kopesh. And every item gets 2 uses. And when you use it, you get to re-roll the die. So we're going to re-roll this in hopes that we get something better. And we didn't. We got a 4. So we'll use it a second time. So we block it with the Kopesh. Block a second time and it snaps. But that gave us a chance to 4 again. So we managed to injure Dracula with our snapped Kopesh. But in the process, he manages to wipe us out again. Yeah, I like the idea of the memory alt rule, but I don't have a memory to use. And because I used my one memory to search through the deck to find that Joker. Yeah, I already spent it. I thought of that. That would have been a good thing to use up that 4 to a 5. Let's see, what would a 5 have done against Dracula? You inflict a wound on Dracula, describe how. Yeah, that would have been good. Well, this has been fun, folks. We've had a couple of good run-throughs here. Um, Assuming that I haven't messed things up again, this should be available on the VOD for you guys to watch again later, and I will be sharing it on Twitter again. Thank you, Rob, for writing this wonderful game and giving me permission to play it. And thank you all for coming and watching. And remember, it's okay to play by yourself.